ACA 124, Galiev versus Batista, 11 fights on the entire fight card. Two of the fights are unconfirmed rumors, so we're not really going to be doing those predictions, but all the other fights on the fight card we will be doing predictions for. So 9 fights officially made public for ACA 124, the main event. Venir Galiev and Hurtis and Batista, Murad Kalamov and Walter Pejeda Jr., Roman Gudochkin and Amir Khan Galiev, Lenar Suleimanov and Alan Gomez, Nikita Krysyakov and Mararbek Kadginov right there, Mukidin Kolov, Ahmed Mustakayev, Denis Silva, Pavel Gordiev, Vasily Korochkin, Alidbek Mamashev and Asimkon Rakhmonov and Aslan Shogov. Amazing bouts on this fight card. I mean, from top to bottom, we got a lot of bangers right here, especially the main event, and especially Roman Dukoshkin and Amir Khan Galiev, because Amir Khan Galiev, he kind of seems like one of those guys that is going to join the UFC, is going to join Bellator, going to join the PFL in the next couple of years. I really think he has a good chance to go very far in the sport of MMA, in the light heavyweight division, already ranks as the 86th best light heavyweight fighter in the world, so I'm curious to see what he's going to do in the future. I'm also curious to see if Hurtis and Batista will stay inside of ACA until he wins that lightweight belt and then go on the UFC or Bellator. If he just stays inside of ACA, we'll see what happens there. But overall, really good fight card. Denis Silva, Alibek Mamashev, a lot of really good fights on here for sure. I'm hoping these unconfirmed rumor fights right here with Sergey Yakovlev and Arseniy Yatsinov and then Abubakar Mestoyev and Igor Golzbusov, I'm hoping they come official and we actually get to see those fights, because that'd be another good addition in the fight card. But right now we got 9 fights on the fight card so far. So let's get into our full card prediction right here. So yeah, we'll look at our first fight on the fight card right here in the flyweight division. Osim Khan Rakhmonov and Aslan Shogov. Aslan Shogov only 1 loss on his professional MMA record to Kasain Shakayev. That dude is an absolute beast. Kusain Shakayev, the only person to ever beat him, 6 wins and 0 losses, almost all inside of the ACA. That is his only loss by guillotine in the very first round. Other than that, second round submission win, first round submission win, and a second round submission win. Was doing amazing in his grappling, really good wrestling, really good grappling. His only loss to an absolute beast of an undefeated fighter in the flyweight and bantamweight division right there. But his opponent, Asim Khan Rakhmonov, 5-3. 5 wins and 3 losses right here. First round knockout win, second round knockout win, and then a couple of decision wins right there. His only losses by ground pound TKO in the 3rd round and submission in the very first round. I really doubt he wants to go to the ground with Aslan Shogov right here. The betting odds for the fight right now, let's see, minus 215 for Aslan Shogov. I honestly think that's honestly not too bad, because if Aslan Shogov gets the fight down, he's pretty much guaranteed to win the fight. His grappling's better, his wrestling's better, he is the stronger fighter, the more powerful fighter on the ground. Is amazing ground pound as well. So I think he'll get the fight down and look for submissions for 3 straight rounds. Maybe before that he gets a submission, maybe before that he gets a TKO. It doesn't really matter. All we're looking at is if he's gonna win the fight or not, and I do think he's gonna win the fight. Minus 215 on the betting odds are right here. I honestly think that's pretty fair of a price for Aslan Shogov, because Asiman Rakhmonov, he doesn't have the best power. His only 2 losses were back in 2019 against not the best competition. Ever since then, hasn't really been able to get any other knockouts since then. So that would be the main way he would win the fight, would be by knockout, but I don't think that's going to happen here. I think the same way he lost his last fight 1 month and 3 weeks ago would be the same way he's going to lose this fight to Aslan Shogov right here. So I think Aslan Shogov will go out there, grapple, wrestle, and ground pound for 3 straight rounds onto a dominant decision win, or he gets a submission win in the 1st or 2nd round. So should be a really good fight in the flyweight division, but I got Aslan Shogov winning that fight right there. Should be a really good fight right there. Halting back at Mamashev and Vasily Kuroshin. The Tabology predictions, 72% going Kuroshin, mainly by decision, and a lot saying by knockout. 23% going Mamashev right there. Mamashev needs to do what he always does. His picture right here sums it up right there. Get the fight down, get full mount, get half guard, and just start battering your opponent with ground and pound, with elbows, and looking for the ground and pound referee stoppage, the rear naked, just looking to get the submission on the ground, or looking to get the ground and pound TKO every single win by either submission or ground and pound TKO. The man has a lot of power on the ground with his ground and pound and really, really good submission skills, really good darts, really good bulldog, and an amazing rear naked as well. And not to mention that ground and pound, so he needs to get the fight down and look for the finish on the ground. Vasily Kuroshin, complete opposite, a little bit taller, a little bit lengthier than Altimbank Mamashev, but less wrestling skills and less grappling skills, so he needs this fight to stay on the feet with 15 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. Let's look right here. Second round knockout win, first round knockout win, a submission win right there, and a couple more decisions and knockout wins as well. With 3 knockouts, 5 submissions, and 7 decision wins. In the striking game, I honestly think it's going to be 50-50, to be honest. Both guys don't really have the most power on the feet, other than their overhand rights. That's pretty much going to be about it. But other than that, they both usually like to get the fight to the ground. Look for the ground pound, look for the TKO, and look for the submission. So this fight is really who can get on top on the ground and start landing the ground pound and looking for that submission. The betting odds for the fight, I believe, are really, really close. Let's see where they are. I'm pretty sure it's like 50-50. So wow, minus 110 and then minus 110. So really a 50-50 fight. It's, again, I'm going to say it again, it's really whoever can get the fight on top of their opponent. And personally, I'm going to go Altimbank Mamashev. His wrestling's a little bit better. He's a little bit stronger, and that would be the factor. I'm giving him the win right here. I don't think we see a finish here. I think the fight goes all the way. And Altimbank Mamashev goes out there, takedown, and then ground and pounds a lot in the fight en route to a decision win right there. So I got Altimbank Mamashev winning that fight by decision right there. Denis Silva and Pavel Gordiev right here in the lightweight division. Pavel Gordiev has an amazing record of 17 wins and only 2 losses, 27 and a half years old, way taller than Denis Silva right there, and you already know exactly what Pavel Gordiev wants to do with his 17 wins, his 5 submission wins, 1 knockout win, and 11 decision wins. Likes to keep range on the feet and kind of 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 on the outside, pick you apart from the outside, and then end the round with a takedown, a little bit of ground and pound, has a deadly guillotine and a deadly triangle choke submission win as well. Denis Silva right here, much smaller, but better wrestling in my opinion, with 16 wins and 5 losses. Also has some pretty decent power as well. 7 submission wins, 6 decision wins, and then 3 knockout wins right there. Recently had a first round, a body shot knockout win. Sorry about that. A third round submission win, and then a first round submission win right there. Personally, I think the grappling and wrestling game is going to be very even. Denis Silva needs to get that fight down. In the striking game, his only way to win the fight would be to close that distance and let a big right hand to the body again, or another right cross and knock Pavel Gordiev out. The main way Pavel Gordiev would win the fight on the feet, keep range, use that height, and use that reach, and pick Denis Silva apart at range with the 1-2, with the leg kicks, with the body kicks, everything like that. So Pavel Gordiev, keep the fight at range, and then just defend the takedowns, because I know Denis Silva will go out there and pressure with big whooping shots to get you backing up a little bit, because he's going to be a lot smaller, so he's going to need to get you backed up to the cage where you can land those double leg takedowns and ground and pound and look for the submission. So do not let him back you up. Stay on the outside and keep moving around a lot in the fight. Do not let him close the distance. If he closes the distance, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to go Denis Silva, so just do not close the distance, and if he can do that, I think you should win the fight. I'm very surprised on the 96% going Gordiev right here. I think that's absolutely insane, because all Denis Silva really needs to do is close the distance and land a big right hand, or close the distance and land a couple of takedowns, and he can win the fight. So, I'm really perplexed on 96% going Gordiev right here. I am also going Gordiev to win the fight, but it's just that is a lot of people going Gordiev to win the fight. Wow, amazing odds right there. Minus 165 for Pavel Gordiev. That is really good odds. If there were some prop bets, I might just go decision odds on Pavel Gordiev. I don't think we'll see a finish here, because the main way he usually finishes fights would be in the grappling and wrestling game, by ground pound TKO or submission. But Denis Silva having a little bit of an advantage there, probably won't get submitted and probably won't get TKO'd on the ground. So I don't think we'll see a finish from either fighter here. I think mainly the fight will stay on the feet from a couple takedown attempts from Denis Silva. Pavel Gordiev keeping the fight on the outside and picking him apart at range. range, but I think he'll win a decision right here, and I really like the odds for minus 165, which honestly is really not too bad. So I might put a small straight bet on Pavel Gordeev right there, but overall, really good fight in the lightweight division. My prediction, Pavel Gordeev going out there, winning the fight on the outside, 1-2, 1-2, leg kicks, body kicks, everything like that, and do not let Denis Silva close the distance. And overall, my prediction right here for Denis Silva and Pavel Gordeev would be Pavel Gordeev winning the fight by 30-27, 30-27, 30-27 unanimous decision right there. Should be a really good fight in the lightweight division right there. Akhmed Musakayev and Mukhidin Kolov. I'm gonna say it right now. A lot of people are saying that Mukhidin Kolov is gonna win the fight by knockout. I'm very perplexed on how people are saying he's gonna win the fight by knockout when he has 0 knockouts on his record. Only 1 knockout really shows up, but that was because of a refusal to fight, which wasn't really a knockout win. Other than that, all of his wins are by submission, so I'm really, it's really weird to see a lot of people saying he's going to win the fight by knockout. His main way of winning would be probably by submission, by guillotine, by triangle, something like that. In the striking game, Akhmed Musakayev is taller, he's lengthier, he's more powerful, and in the wrestling game, Akhmed Musakayev has amazing judo and amazing sambo skills as well, so he's going to get the fight down, use that wrestling, and probably get the TKO win, because all 5 wins right here by knockout or ground and pound TKOs. The submission win obviously on the ground, and then the two decision wins right there on the ground as well. So Mukhidin Kolov doesn't really have a lot of options here, because Akhmed has the power and speed advantage on the feet, has the wrestling and sambo and judo advantage in the wrestling game, in the grappling game. That's where he's gonna need to win the fight. Probably gonna be by submission from the bottom, by triangle or guillotine. If that doesn't happen, I really don't think he's gonna win the fight. I think Akhmed Musakayev is gonna dominate the fight wherever the fight goes. Super surprised that they have him as the favorite, and a lot of people saying he's gonna win the fight by knockout. Very surprised on that, but the betting odds, let's see right here, minus 135, not bad honestly, and then plus 120. I would put some money down on Akhmed Musakayev. Personally, I think he should be a 2-1 favorite. I don't think he should be I don't think Kolov should be a favorite at all right here. Doesn't have a lot of power and only has decent submission skills. Akhmed Musakayev is gonna beat him in the striking game and is gonna beat him in the wrestling and ground and pound game as well. Could get the, Kolov could get the submission on the bottom. That is a possibility, but my prediction is going to be Akhmed Musakayev winning the fight in a dominant decision win, or by ground and pound TKO in the first or second round right there. And if you are on Bookmaker or Bet Online at minus 135 or minus 145, I might put a couple of dollars down, because those are some really good odds in my opinion. But overall, really good fight right here in the bantamweight division. But yeah, I got Akhmed Musakayev winning that fight by second round or first round TKO. Or winning the fight in a dominant wrestling a heavy decision win right there. Should be a really good fight in the bantamweight division right there. Nikita Krystyakov and Marbek Karaginov. Marbek Karaginov, 12 wins and 3 losses. A little bit taller, a little bit lengthier than Nikita Krystyakov right here. 12 wins and 3 losses right there. The 160th best bantamweight in the world. You look right here, 7 submission wins, 2 knockout wins, and 2 decision wins. In this fight right here, the wrestling and grappling game is going to be super even. Nikita Krystyakov, 11 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw. Also has a lot of submission wins, 7 submissions, and 4 decision wins right there. The grappling and wrestling game, 50-50. I really do not know who's going to have the edge. I've watched a lot of film on the wrestling and grappling of both fighters. I really still don't know who is going to have the advantage there. I might give the slightest edge to Nikita right here. But the striking, that is where I think that Karaginov will win the fight. He's going to have the height advantage. He's going to have the reach advantage. Then at range, you can kind of pick him apart at range. And when Nikita is coming into the inside, trying to land his takedowns, he also has some pretty good wrestling and grappling and could defend those takedowns and keep the fight on their feet. So with those wrestling and takedown defense and everything like that, I think he could use it to defend the takedowns and keep the fight on their feet, where he does have the advantage. So I think it's a close fight. 51% going Krystyakov and 49% going Karaginov right there. Sorry. And then the Tapology predictions. Let's see if I can find it. I might be blind right now, but I cannot find it. All right, I see it. So wow, minus 176 for Marbek Karaginov, and then plus 165. Wow, I'm surprised on those odds. I'm really 50-50, going back and forth on my prediction right here. So if you're going to be betting on the fight, probably go Nikita Krystyakov, because the favorite odds on right there on Karginov are way too much. Minus 175, that is way too big of a favorite. I do have Karginov winning the fight by decision, 29-28 on all judges' scorecards, but that is way too big of a spread right there. So I think I'd probably stick that underdog odds on Nikita Krystyakov right there. But overall, my prediction is keep the fight very even in the grappling and wrestling game, defend the takedowns, keep the fight on the feet, use the height and use that reach at range, and pick them apart on the feet. And I think the fight will go all the way. So my prediction, Maharbek Karginov winning the fight by 29-28, unanimous decision win right there. Should be a really, really good fight in the bantamweight division right there. Alan Gomez and Lenar Suleimanov, 50-50 yet again. Lenar Suleimanov, 8 wins and 4 losses. All those 4 losses are way back at the beginning of his career. Knockout loss, decision loss, and a knockout loss right there. 4 losses, and at that point, he was 1-4 as a professional MMA fighter. But after that, second round knockout win, 4 decision wins in a row, and then a submission win right there. The man has a really, really good ground and pound and submission game. The main way he's gonna win the fight right here would be to get on top and ground and pound the heck out of Alan Gomez and get the ground and pound TKO. The main way Alan Gomez would win the fight, 26 years old right there, would probably be by submission. You look at this picture, pretty much sums it all up right there. Really good grappling, really good submission skills, with 5 knockout wins, 4 submission wins, and 3 decision wins. All of those knockout wins, I believe, except for one, I believe that's this one knockout win right there with Shamil Akhmayev right there. Every other knockout is from ground and pound. So in this fight, it's pretty clear where both fighters want the fight to take place. The striking, I really don't know who's going to have the advantage. Both guys not really known for their striking, but maybe I'll give a slight power advantage to Lenar Suleimanov right there. But in the grappling and wrestling game, that is where whoever has the advantage in the grappling and wrestling game most likely will win the fight. Whoever's on top is going to win, and it's a tough one. That is why 69% going Gomez, 31% going Suleimanov. That's why I think the fight is a 50-50 one. I think it could go either way. Lenar Suleimanov has better wrestling, but Alan Gomez has better grappling and reversing skills and scrambling abilities. So even if Lenar Suleimanov gets on top, Alan Gomez can grab a submission from the bottom and use it to get right back up on top of Lenar Suleimanov right there. So that's why this fight is such a 50-50 fight in my opinion. The betting odds are, again, really, really 50-50, plus 100. And then minus 120 right there. Really, really 50-50 odds. For a fight like this that is so 50-50, I probably only bet on the underdog because it's just a really, really close fight. But even money on Alan Gomez right there, plus 100 odds. My overall prediction for like who I actually think is going to win the fight is also going to be Alan Gomez. I think his grappling is a little bit better. I think his wrestling is a little bit worse, but I think he can use those submissions to get right back up on the feet. He has really good reversals and really, really good scrambling abilities as well. If he keeps the fight even on the feet, I think he could win the fight on the ground with the submission skills and with the ground and pound. So I think it's going to be even. I probably stay away from it, or I probably put a small bet on the underdog in Alan Gomez. Other than that, I probably wouldn't be betting on this fight card. On this fight right here, it's probably one of those fights where you just want to watch because it's that close and could honestly go either way. So this is gonna be a really good fight in the flyweight division. But I'm slightly, ever so slightly, going Alan Gomez with a better grappling and really good reversals and scrambling ability. So my prediction, very, very slightly going to Alan Gomez to win the fight by 29-28. The unanimous decision win right there. Should be a really, really interesting and a really close fight in the flyweight division right there. Roman Gutoshkin and Amir Khan Galiev right here in the light heavyweight division. I really don't know why you're looking at this video right now. This is the easiest prediction I've ever made. Amir Khan Galiev is going to win the fight 1000%, 10 wins and 1 loss. Then Roman Gutoshkin with 12 wins and 7 losses right there. All of his losses mainly coming by ground and pound TKO or by submission right there, except for these 2 decisions at the beginning of his career. But look right there, all of the losses, 4 submission losses and 1 TKO loss right there. He does have some pretty good grappling of his own with some decent submission skills, but in the fight with a guy like Amir Khan Galiev right here, 10 wins and 1 loss. First round submission win, first round knockout win from ground and pound, first round knockout win from ground and pound, first round submission, first round submission, first round submission, and first round submission. The man has amazing grappling, really good ground and pound, and really good wrestling. I believe right now is ranked as a, let's see, where is he ranked right now? The 86th best light heavyweight fighter in the world. He's ranked with guys that are inside of the UFC, which is absolutely insane. You look right here, I think number 86 light heavyweight in the world. You got other guys right next to him, like Khadis Ibrahimov, who's inside of the UFC. You got guys like Melvin Manhoef. You got Jose Augusto Azevedo. He's with these type of guys in the light heavyweight division. Really good power on the feet, amazing wrestling, amazing grappling, and amazing grab pound. He's gonna get the fight down and dominate the fight there. I'm not sure how he's gonna finish the fight. If it's gonna be by ground pound TKO, if it's gonna be by submission, or maybe he just goes out there and strikes and lays a big right hand and gets a knockout. Whatever the case may be, I have him finishing the fight in the first or second round right there. Easiest prediction of my life right there. But my prediction, Amir Khan Galiev by a finish in any one of the 3 rounds right there. Should be an amazing, powerful, exploding fight from Amir Khan Galiev right there. But my prediction, Galiev winning the fight by knockout, TKO, or submission by finish in the first, second, or third round right there. Should be a really interesting fight in the light heavyweight division right there. Murad Kalamov and Walter Baheda Jr. Walter Baheda Jr., the 179th best bantamweight fighter in the world, 37 years old, way smaller and way less lengthy than Murad Kalamov right here. Murad Kalamov, keep the fight at range and have him come to him and go for the double leg takedown, grapple, ground and pound, and look for that submission for 3 straight rounds for that decision win, or you get the submission or ground and pound TKO before that. That's the main way I see Murad Kalamov winning the fight right there. Walter Baheda Jr. being 37 years old, doesn't really matter. 16 wins and 5 losses. A lot of experience with 7 submission wins, 4 knockout wins, and 5 decision wins right there. I really think in the grappling and wrestling game, Murad Kalamov will have the advantage. Walter Baheda Jr. might honestly want to keep the fight on the feet and just pressure the heck out of Murad Kalamov and try to land one big punch and get the knockout in the first or second round, because this fight in the grappling and wrestling game is pretty even, but there is the edge in Murad Kalamov being the younger fighter, the more explosive fighter, the stronger fighter, the better ground pound, the better grappling, and the better wrestling. So in the grappling, wrestling, everything like that, he's gonna dominate the fight there. So Walter Baheda Jr., keep the fight on the feet and land some big shots and look for the knockout. That's the main way I see him winning the fight right there. But Murad Kalamov, get the fight down and ground pound, takedown, and look for the submission. So that's the main way I see him winning the fight right there. The betting odds for this fight right here, -200, not too bad. I'm not sure if I would put a bet on Murad Kalamov because it only takes 1 punch from Walter Baheda Jr. right there. But overall, really good fight in the bantamweight division. My prediction is going towards Murad Kalamov. I think he will wrestle and out-grapple Walter Baheda Jr. right here en route to a decision win, possibly a submission win, but most likely, in my opinion, the fight will go all the way. And I personally have Murad Kalamov winning the fight right there by 30-27, 30-27, and 30-27 unanimous decision win right there. Should be a really good fight in the bantamweight division right there. Venir Galiev and Hardison Batista. Venir Galiev, 45, almost 46 years old, a little bit taller and a little bit lengthier than Hardison Batista by 45 years old, man. 34-13 as a professional MMA fighter. The 170th lightweight in the entire world. Absolutely insane. The man has been fighting since 2004. I was not even born in 2004, and that's when this guy had his first ever professional MMA fight. 17 knockouts, 4 submissions, and 13 decision wins right there. Lots and lots of power right there. Really good wrestling and a really good ground pound as well. The main way I see him winning the fight would be in the wrestling and ground pound game, because Hardison Batista, being the much younger fighter at almost 29 years old, being the faster fighter, the more powerful fighter as well, with 15 wins and 5 losses, with 7 knockout wins, 7 decision wins, and 1 submission win. He's going to be faster, more powerful, everything like that. So right here, Venir Galiev is not going to win the fight to stay on the feet. Recently, he's been showing some really good wrestling, really good ground pound, and really good submission skills as well. So that'd be the main way I see him winning the fight, would be to get the fight to the ground ASAP and look for that submission. The betting odds minus 220 and then plus 160 and plus 190 right there. I kind of agree with the odds because Venir Galiev, he's not going to win the fight on the striking game. He needs the fight to go to the ground ASAP. I 100% think the fight is either going to be Venir Galiev by ground pound TKO or Batista with a big right hook and winning the fight by knockout right there. Should be a really good fight. The main event right here for ACA 124. Could go either way in my opinion, but Batista, much faster, much more powerful, way better striker, way younger. I mean, 28, 29 years old compared to 45, 46 years old. That's a humongous difference, but I'm gonna win the fight in the striking game. All you have to do is defend the takedowns, which I think you will. So my prediction right here is Batista winning the fight by KO or CKO in the first or second round right there. It should be a really good fight in the lightweight division right there. But yeah, guys, that is my full card prediction for ACA 124. Galiev versus Batista, 9 fights on the entire fight card, aside from these unconfirmed rumor bouts right there. But yeah, 9 fights in the entire fight card. I got Batista winning that fight, Murat Kalamov winning that fight, Amir Khan Galiev winning that fight, Alan Gomez winning that fight, Markarbek Gargilov winning that fight, Ahmed Musakayev winning that fight, Pavel Gordiev winning that fight, Atimek Mamashev winning that fight, and then Alsan Shogov winning that fight right there. Lots of really good fights for ACA 124. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you guys do not miss when I post another video. But that's a really good fight card right there. Only $2.80 on ACA's official website right here. So if you guys want to watch it, go into Tapology, look up ACA 124, and then press the link right there. And it's only $1 $2.80 right there. Not a lot of money whatsoever. I'm definitely gonna be buying it. Lots of really good fights. But yeah, it's a really good fight card. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Let's go.